Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Blood Bowl 2. So, I've decided not to buy another Pestigore. You know what, we're just gonna go get that Beast of Nurgle. I think we're in a really good position to make it to the next phase of the tournament. I don't think we have to buy the Pestigore. I don't think this game is gonna be that crucial. And also, I mean, these guys are a virus and we're the cure, right? This should be easy. So we're gonna go into this game with a journeyman Rodder. Just a bad player. So it goes, you know, we'll live. We are definitely going to want to bring something interesting to this game. So we can hire an Igor, which is like a, it lets you reroll one failed regeneration roll. It's a little bit like having an apothecary, sort of. But with our 100k, what else could we do here? We could hire Ludgrip. Is this guy, this guy is a Rodder star player with tentacles and strong arm and pass. He's a throwing rod. That's interesting. I don't know how valuable tentacles are in a 3-strength player. Let's see, what else do we have options? Grotti. It is not possible to purchase Grotti. You get him for free. Oh! Interesting. These guys are a pair. Brick Farth. That's that's not very cunningly disguised. So we have 100k in free money, right? Oh, but we're having to pay for the journeyman. Honestly, I think let's just get... do I want to get a team reroll? If we're paying for the journeyman, we actually only have 50k before we have to dig into our own cash. Maybe... By the way, bribes are 100k for most teams. It's easy to forget after playing with the Goblin team. I'm just going to get a Bloodwiser Babe and we'll call it... I don't know, okay. This is a strange way of representing what's going on here. So I actually do have 100k. In that case, you know what? Let's get a team reroll. We only have 3, even with this, so I'm still a little nervous. Is it going to charge me 50k out of my... I use Journeyman so rarely that I don't really even know how this works. I'd rather not do a thing that's going to spend money out of our own personal supply. Let's just get a Bloodwiser Babe. This is a strange way of representing this. So here it's showing 100k, here it's showing negative 50. We'll take the team reroll, I guess, and if it... See, it's showing minus 50 here, is making me think that it's going to take 50 out of my personal supply, which would be bad. It would be cool to win this game, though. Yeah, it says your team has 50k. It's just, this is like a weird, it's strange for it to represent it as you get 100k but you lose 50 down here instead of just making this number be 50, which is what it, you know. Alright, we'll take the Bloodwiser Babe. And it adjusts this number when you buy stuff. It's even if the thing is functioning in the way that I think it is functioning, that's still a bad UI for it. Anyway, so you have a Bloodwiser Babe, which makes us one point more likely to recover our KOs. We get a +1 on the KO recovery roll. Could be pretty relevant in a game where we're going to be throwing a lot of 4-strength punches at a lot of high armor players. So you guys don't need to... Ew, they called their stadium the Black Tunnel. That's gross. Yeah, you don't need to see this. They look like us, but with worse armor. I would very much like to win this coin flip. I would very much like to punch first. Awesome. Alright, so let's figure this out. So they have this plus agility Nurgle warrior. This is the guy that we're going to want to focus violence on wherever we can. They don't actually have any players with block, which is making this guy's wrestle a little bit less exciting. But we can still use him to hit people and then accept a both down result. And it'll knock him down, but it won't end the turn. That is, unless unless he had the ball while doing that thing. So what do I want to do here? I kind of want to win the middle, but I'm not super concerned about it. Let's match up our outer corners like this. Let's take these guys. I'm not really that worried about this. I'm wondering if maybe all we have to do is assign a single Nurgle warrior here to win this fight. I guess if I don't assign him to an end, though, If I put him in the middle, he can easily blitz off, or he can easily punch out any one of these guys. He probably goes on this side. He can easily punch out any one of these guys, but like let's do this. We'll punch this way, and then we have 2 Nurgle warriors stacked up on this side. We're far away from the guy with the plus agility. I think this will make it safer for us to like lead it this way. So we'll set the Pestigors back into reception positions. I think I'm going to put my extra Nurgle warrior, the one who's not necessarily committed to anything, over here as well. We're going to really commit to this being the tough side. And I don't know, Wrestle Guy just be back here. So we're going to strong side it. There's a little bit of an opening. They only have 1 Pestigor, though, which means their team's actually fairly slow. Rotters have 5 move, and Nurgle Warriors only have 4. Even if this guy got the ball, he's not a great ball runner, because 4 move is like... It takes a long time to reach the end zone with 4 move. What do we got? We can move. I don't know if I want to. I mean, I guess, obviously this happens. We move all of the ball people closer to the ball. I'm going to move... I'm not going to move him. I don't know what's going to happen yet. I guess, you know what, it makes sense to move him into a space adjacent to the ball. So that if I fumble the pickup, it could land on him, and then he can still move fast enough to kind of keep up and be a back corner of the cage. And then, I think I'm going to move this guy up here. If we throw this punch and all we can generate is a push, we'll get another punch on him without having to expend our blitz. That's probably worth doing. I'm not going to move anybody who's in a tackle zone. we don't have the dodging ability for things like that. All right, so we'll put some more people on the ball, and let's start slugging. Okay, great. In that case, we're pushing him this way. Now remember, Nurgle Warriors have foul appearance. Sometimes we're going to take a swing at one of these guys and it's just not going to work. I think I'm actually less worried about this guy than I am about these guys. I think I don't follow, because if I follow, I won't be able to provide the assist necessary to keep rolling punches down the line. Not good. And I don't follow for the same reason. This is reducing the amount they're going to get to hit us on their turn. You're not Wrestle Guy. I really didn't want to have to use a team reroll. The odds of rolling 2 bad faces on the 2 dice is bad enough that it shouldn't happen nearly as often as it does. Okay, there we go. There we go. Give me that knockdown. Do I even want to follow up on this one, though? I kind of think I don't. Let's make them move into us. Here's where we'll use our blitz. And if all we get is a push, it's fine. I would have preferred some good violence, but I will accept a push. And now we've created a nice, there's a nice group of defensive zones through which to move. Do I want to do something with you? This guy is not super useful. Alright, give me that pickup. Alright, cool. And now, while we don't have a direct cage, as long as you can project a cage-type tackle zone structure between all enemy players and the ball, you're basically in as good of a position as if you had actually caged. It helps to think about the cage as sort of like the cage is an abstract structure. There's some like... if you play a lot of strategy games, especially position-dependent strategy games, even things like Go and chess, you can sort of imagine shapes expanded, shapes abstractly protecting areas in the same way that they would by being in those areas. Basically what I'm saying is sometimes I like to dramatically overblow the difficulty of discussing positions on the Blood Bowl board. There's something like... It's hard to put into words, though. There's something like a beauty to games of positioning and moving lines of influence back and forth that I think is easier to see when the game is abstract. Like Go, I think Go does a great job of creating these shapes that are kind of fascinating to look at, even to some degree, even devoid of their game meaning. Alright, so they're blitzing open a hole. This is, I think, pretty much the right move. Ooh, bad roll for them, though. I'm pretty surprised they didn't re-roll that. How many re-rolls do they have? 3? They have 3 re-rolls, and they're not going to re-roll that? Really? Seems strange to me. How do I want to advance? It would be cool if I could surf this Pestigore, just because I want to, you know, if we can remove the Pestigore from the table, I think we're going to have a real good chance of stopping any drive they have toward the goal. And it's not hard to hit him. But I'd want to do it from here, because I want to push him to this space, right? I don't want to push him here, because on his turn he'll be able to back out a lot more easily. Is there a way I could make that work? Is there a way I could deny enough assists or provide enough assists? Probably not, actually. I think that might just be too greedy. We might not be able to pull that off. Okay, so let's not worry about that too much. Let's try to carve an entrance here. An entrance? An exit. Let's try to carve stat an exit from this cage. So we're going to... Man. That's a bummer. Do I even want to follow him up? Maybe I don't. No, I probably do. My concern is that if I don't follow, like if we don't make some forward momentum with our shape this turn, we're not going to be able to move our ball carrier. You know, not safely. Alright, so let's hit this guy. If all... Okay, that one was a real hit. I was going to say, if all we get is a push, we push him to here and we can at least throw another punch. So we need to use these guys to sort of shove this line backward. I think we're gonna try to move the ball up this way rather than trying to continue up the sideline. Because this Chaos Warrior is gonna get back up, or Nurgle Warrior rather. And then this guy's here, and they got their guy that sometimes I won't be able to punch, and, you know. So who's throwing the blitz and where? Also, it's a real bummer that this dude got stunned instead of just knocked down. That's not great for us. I might just throw my blitz on Carl Attractus here. I'd love to hit this guy, but I don't think we can. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. Man. Well. Push him over to here to a position where he's not providing an assist naturally. If I pushed him here, it would be very easy for them to get a 2-die block on the Inoculator. And then we'll push the block Pestigore up into a fighting position. I'm wondering if I want to swarm this dude or maybe just stay away from him. Because we could move Syphilin high adjacent to him and make his life a little bit more complicated. Here, let's use the loner for this. I'm not going to try to swarm him, but I am going to put a tackle zone on him. Alright, I know we didn't make a lot of progress this turn, but we've got a strong formation. I wonder if we should move Dr. Chaos Face. I was kind of thinking him being here makes the Pestigore have to take a longer path around to not have to dodge. But I wonder if I make it too easy for this guy to get hit. Well, I'm okay with it, I think. I think we're in an okay spot here. So the advancement up the field is going to be a little bit slow for us, which I guess means that the Pestigores, in this matchup, maybe the Pestigores aren't that important. Because if you end up doing this, like, slow cage push up the field, your guys don't have to have 6 move. They're really not challenging me very much, though. They're just sort of backing up. They're trying to make it... This is a strategy. I don't think the AI is doing a strategy right now, but this is a strategy. If you think you can drag out the opponent's drive to the end of the half, doing this thing where you just kind of construct walls one square further back every turn can be useful. But it's not going to happen. We have 6 turns. They would have to keep me to... Well, actually, they have to keep me only like 2 squares. Do I want to wrestle this guy? I'm not going to wrestle. Ah, I was hoping for an injury. A man can dream. Patient 0 getting stunned or something is not particularly relevant in this case, whereas this guy not being able to get up for an extra turn actually could have been important. That's why I didn't use wrestle. Okay, so you're definitely just standing. I think you're going to move up here and mark that guy. You're going to stand up and mark this dude. And now we have to find a way to get the ball forward. So I think the first thing we do is punch this guy off so that I can... I was thinking maybe we want to blitz up with Crash Cart to hit this guy. And if I'm going to do that, I need to provide an additional assist somewhere. If I'm able to knock this guy down... I don't know, I don't need an additional assist. The ball carrier is assisting. Okay, let's do this first, because this is actually very likely to succeed, since we have block and he doesn't. Yeah, definitely follow up. Yeah, they might actually be able to keep me to little enough movement per turn that this is going to be tricky. I'm gonna hit with this guy because we want to knock him away from the ball carrier. A hit from here would have made the push squares, you know, there. None of those are good for us. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to move forward very much this turn. This is actually working out okay for them. I hesitated on the follow there, because allowing the Nurgle Warrior to throw a punch on Jimmy Bandages instead of this dude over here in Irrelevant Zone is dangerous, because the follow-up is a free move where you don't have to make any dodges or anything, and you want to be careful about letting people free move toward your ball carrier when they're already close to the ball carrier. But I think for now we're gonna slow roll here. I am now putting cage corners adjacent to enemy players, and I am aware that that is not always a great idea. I'm going to prepare some violence for next turn. I think we're pretty much in the clear, though. I don't think that... Yeah, I think we're in a safe enough position. They put their Pestigore as their best chance of breaking through because of his extra movement and the fact that his blitzes are really good. They've done a terrible thing by putting him way back there. This is a massive disservice to their team. But yeah, they're gonna cause us to advance pretty slowly. So there's a couple of different ways to handle this. The thing that's happening here, right, is that it's dangerous to put your cage up against enemy players. And I've managed to make it so that the front wall of my cage is all 4 strength. Okay, that's a pretty good result for us. I would have thrown that punch with this guy. Oh. Patient 0, no. Is one of the rotters that we almost care about. Okay, this guy is still distracted. I feel like all of the AI players have a negative trait that just makes them unable to ignore chances to apply multi-die violence. They can't help themselves. Who needs to hit the ball carrier when I could get a 3-die block against this random goblin over here? Alright, stand up and get ready to take it again. So they've made a smallish error here, right? They've created a hole in their defense. We hit this guy, push him to the side, and then we just run out. But we are going to have to control their Pestigore for this to be a really good play. Which means I need somebody over here denying that assist. Should I hit the Pestigore first? I don't think it matters who I hit first. It does matter a small amount. We should hit the Pestigore first because we want that one to happen more. If I threw a punch here and it failed, you know, we want to make sure the Pestigore punch actually happens. Okay, so yeah, they've done a terrible job here. We follow up. And their Pestigore being on the ground does not mean that he can't reach us, but it does mean he's going to have to get up, dodge, and then hit the blitz. It's really not a very difficult roll. We should try to free up our own Pestigore to go stand on him. How am I going to do that, actually? We could just dodge out, right? It's a single dodge. We have 3 agility. It's not that unlikely. Yeah, this is pretty likely to work, and we do have our reroll left. You know, I'm just always nervous. Always nervous about doing a thing without a free reroll, and we'll throw that punch eventually, but it's not mission critical, so it can wait. Yeah, I think we just do this. Actually, to here. This way there's no space he can dodge to that doesn't have another tackle zone in it. Ugh. Yep, I rolled a 1. All I need is a 3, man. Find me a 3. Okay, there we go. Okay, now our ball carrier is, like, completely safe. So I'm going to throw this punch so that we can move Syphil around to the north side of this formation. Oh. Okay, well that's not... that's the first time I've heard that group of sound effects associated with foul appearance. That's not how I would usually define the word appearance, but okay. Then we'll throw a punch over here, because, I mean, obviously we're still looking for star player points. We push this guy this way so that he can't hit the Pestigore, and he is far enough away. You'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and he has 5 move. So you'd have to make a double GFI into a single die blitz. Not that that can't happen, but it is south of 50% for sure. Oh, they have a guy over here. I'm just not even noticing. It's a loose zombie over here. You know what? That wouldn't have been a problem, though, if this block had worked. Even if it was just a push, that guy would have been in a tackle zone. So maybe I had planned around that and then had forgotten. Ooh, what's up? How bad is it? That's pretty bad. That's like a you're off the team kind of injury. Probably not right away, because I don't know. We can afford to replace him right away. We got to get a Beast of Nurgle and a Pestigore. Yeah, we're going to have a dude with damaged armor for a while, I guess. Does it seem like they're breaking the armor on my dudes a lot easier than I'm breaking the armor on their dudes? So here's a question. How much do I want to score right now? If I score right now, I have 3 more turns. We could potentially get something over on them. I'm just going to go for it. So all we need is a push. That'll do it. Alright, to be perfectly honest, I will be a little bit surprised if they're able to score a point. I think it's a really bad build to only have 1 Pestigore. And I know that we're only on 2. Hey look, that's stuff's working out. I know we only have 2 and that's not great either, but we have some extenuating circumstances. He just built his team like this. This is why he has 3 rerolls, probably, that he cheaped out on good players. So I don't know what they're going to do. let's do something like this. I'm going to put 2 Nurgle warriors up on the line. And also... Wrestle Guy? No, Wrestle Guy doesn't need to be up on the line. If they had people with block in the line, I think I'd put him up there. But I actually kind of want him available to threaten the ball carrier, if that's possible. Actually, let's switch your position. The zombies on the sides are potentially going to have to throw punches. I don't want it to be the guy with Loner. Actually, we're going to make a slightly uneven formation, and we're going to be uneven in the direction of the dude with the extra agility. Just as a precaution. So how are they going to set up? Okay. That's not too bad. I should have thought about the fact that in the direction of the guy with the agility is not a real direction because they hadn't set up yet. So they just moved him across the field. Seems like a fine move. Okay, if we can get a Pestigore through, that's maybe scoreable, actually. And they, again, put their guys too far forward, so the ball's going to end the turn back here somewhere because they're going to have to expend all of their movement running back to get it. So we might be able to do this. If they leave us a place where we can blitz up the Pestigore, knock a dude out, and then move through a hole, like this is exactly what I'm talking about right here. So that's all of that guy's movement, right? He can move at most 2 squares forward, and you have to make GFIs on it. And then they're going to expend their blitz hitting a Rotter. Why? Okay, well, we're going to get the chance to surf this this Pestigore, it looks like. That's exciting. Jimmy Bandages is dead! Oh, God. Also, he lost their point of agility. Come on, regeneration. Oh, they don't have regeneration. Jimmy Bandages is dead. We've had a real bad go of it injury roll-wise this campaign. Also, my armor is breaking a lot more than my enemy's armor, it feels like. That's Blood Bowl, though. You can't show up to a game of Blood Bowl and then be like, aha! Damn. I got blocked, son. You can't show up to a game of Blood Bowl and be like, ah, man, I didn't know there was going to be all this dice rolling involved. It's okay to be frustrated, but, you know, you keep rolling, keep rolling. So, this guy going off the field is a long-term value. I am putting forth effort on this. Even if we can't score, if I surf this guy, I'm going to feel pretty good about that. Alright, follow him up. And then we're going to move Wrestle Guy up here, so at least they have to, if they want to get an easy 2-die block, they're going to have to devote bodies. And how am I going to make that more difficult for them? Because I'm sure I can. I'm going to move somebody. These 2 guys are not really doing anything. I can move this guy to here, which will make it harder for their Nurgle Warrior to interfere with the Pestigore. I think that's probably worth doing. I'm going to use this guy in a very similar way. Well, I don't want to put him adjacent to the Pestigore. I'm actually just going to put him here. What I'm thinking is that I don't want him to be adjacent to Carl the Spoiler when he gets up, because I don't want this guy to have the easy block. I want him to have to make a block that's kind of unlikely to work. And then, you know, even if it does work, it doesn't really help. So, who do I want to hit here? This guy, I guess. I'll just throw the 1-die block. It's not awesome, but moving tackle zones over so that I have tackle zones here so they can't just like walk guys over to get the assist, I think is valuable enough to be worth doing. Yeah, and a push is fine. Even if they just move somebody over here so that they can double die punch the inoculator, if you make them roll dice, even just to do things that will probably work, sometimes those things will not work. Also, the odds of us scoring are very, very low now that we got the kickoff event. That took a turn off the clock, but that's actually worse for the opponent than it is for us, I think. I'll take it. That guy not being able to punch on their turn is absolutely fine. Please, please stand your Pestigore. I want to surf that guy so bad. They probably won't. There's no good reason to. And I think we've seen a couple of times... Nope, never mind. I was about to say, I think we've seen a couple of times the AI leave a guy down when he's adjacent to the sidelines. Okay, well, there's their team reroll for the turn. That's a good start. That's exactly the kind of stuff I was talking about. You make them roll the dice, they will sometimes fail. There's very rarely a reason that you have to let the AI do stuff for free. So here's a question. Oh, bad news. Here's a question. Did I leave this guy close enough to get to the end zone? I don't think I did. No, he can't. He can't even with a double GFI. I was going to say, if he could get to the end zone, we could at least try some kind of crazy, like, rush this dude and get the ball and pass it play, but since that's not possible... First of all, let's do this. Surf this dude. Come on, injury. Yes! Oh, that's real bad for their chances of scoring. And he failed his regen. Awesome. Well, I'm pretty sure we win. Now, they have another turn left after this. I'm not going to stand either of these guys. They're not going to throw a foul. But we should try to manage their ability to punch us a little bit. So what can I do? Getting the inoculator out of trouble is probably realistically the only play I have left. Dr. Chaos Face is just going to have to toughen up and take one in the face. Right in the Chaos Face. I guess there's no particular reason that charging this guy from the back is better than charging him from here. But if we do this, and we manage to remove this dude... Actually, it doesn't even matter if we remove that dude. Just charging up here makes it pretty hard for them to generate a good punch. But we'll not put the Pestigore adjacent to the Chaos Warrior. That sounds like a job for the Rotter. Alright, and now I have a 2-die block. What's up, guy who just murdered my favorite Rotter? Aw, I was hoping for a little vengeance. That would have been a good, thematically appropriate time for an injury to occur. You know what, I'm going to put Crash Cart right here, and we're going to throw... Oh no, this isn't even a 1-die block. There's another assist over there. Damn it, I forgot. I was not paying enough attention. That being the case, you know what? Hey, Loner. He could do this, maybe. And if he fails, who cares? He did it. He denied the assist. Oh, what time for foul appearance to trigger? Yeah, you just stay on the ground, Siflin. You take a nap. Yeah, hitting this guy and pushing him off would have been pretty good for us. That said, Crash Cart has block and 8 armor. He can probably defend himself. So they're apparently going to spend a bunch of resources caging on turn 8. That's something that probably the the developers should fix. Alright, well that is a pretty good outcome for us for their blitz for the turn. It's tough to build a situation where the opponent can't do anything cool with their blitz. And most of the time what you're trying to do is make it so that the blitz is the only cool thing they can do. This is real bad. We gotta kill one of their players so that we can get a free dude via Nurgle Rot. Although, actually, there are some restrictions on this. The opposing character's strength cannot be higher than 4, and they cannot have decay, regeneration, or stunty. So actually, we can't get free players by killing other Nurgle dudes, because they all have decay or regeneration. Well, I guess we're doing something a little bit more like this. I'd prefer that the loner not be in a position where he's going to have to throw punches. Man, we took out probably their most strategically important player, but we are starting to just get, like, short-handed. There's just kind of a lot of not having guys. Both teams lose a turn. Okay. That's way better for us than it is for them. Their defense is going to be slow-moving, and the main value of a Pestigore. Like, it's nice that Pestigores run one square faster than a lot of people on the team. But really, I feel like the main value of the Pestigore is sort of like as a guided missile. The combination of the highest movement on your team and horns means that they can pick out the important player on the enemy team and usually secure a solo 2-die block against them. Uh-oh. Alright, it's a good thing for us. We need them to spend some of their rerolls. We need them not to get to turn 8 with rerolls. Okay, show me some both downs. Aww. By the way, we're definitely spending our blitz over here. We can get this guy out. I feel very confident. So even if all we get is a push, he goes here, and then next turn, good stuff happens, hopefully. I mean, I'll take a swing at damaging the old-fashioned way. Yeah, like that. Okay, he regenerated, but we still get star player points for that, so that's cool. How do I want to do this? Obviously, we have a pretty easy threat on the ball carrier. I'm just not 100% sure what space I want to be in. I think this one's pretty good. I don't want to get adjacent to him right here because obviously he's got the 2-die block against us and, you know, all of the reasons that I don't usually like to be adjacent to an enemy player. Alright, maybe you're getting surfed. Yeah, I think I'm just going to kind of seed the middle of the field. Congratulations, you did it. You've got the middle of the field. How do I want to punch here? There's no version of this where I get to throw any 2-die blocks at all, right? Yeah. But I can throw 1-die blocks against their Rotters and at least take away their 2-die blocks. With a little bit of luck. Which I did not get. I honestly don't think I'm going to spend a team reroll on this. I'll just eat the turnover. That's not even really that bad. We only have 2 team rerolls. We have to be a little bit judicious with them. So we're going to take some hits here. We've got the armor value to be able to take hits without taking a ton of injuries. And hopefully they'll be too concerned about this to deal with the ball carrier stuff, but no, it's not happening. And now this guy's in a position to take an additional hit. Could be bad. Yep, it's pretty bad. Alright. The good news is they're going to have a tough time caging properly here. In fact, they didn't even try. Interesting. So let's stand you up. Then it's got to be this, right? Alright. I'm fine with just pushes. I think I want to push him to here. It's really easy to say, oh, here, he's surrounded by tackle zones. But I'm a little concerned that if we push him to here, some stuff could happen, right? They could mass up against this guy, throw a 1-die block, and then all of a sudden the zombies got an opening out and down into the right. Let's just keep pushing them away from our end zone. We don't even have to do a very good job of controlling them. Time is on our side. Let's move this guy over. I guess just adjacent to him, that's fine. Then we'll do this surf. This is pretty valuable. Alright, even if he doesn't take an injury, he's out for the drive at least. So I move this guy to here. No. Let's move this guy to here. Deny everybody's assists. And then I'll use the Pestigor to generate an additional assist for me. Hit their Chaos Warrior. And that'll make it very difficult for them to regain control of the middle. I guess, provided that this hit actually knocks him down. Okay. So we knock him to here, but I don't think we move. All of a sudden, we're generating a ton of armor breaks. I'm feeling pretty good about this. This punch is probably not worth throwing. That guy's standing doesn't really affect us very much. And I think... Do I want to stay down? Or do I want to stand Crash Card up so that they have to fight him? I guess there's no point in doing it, right? Because they can throw a 2-die block with their Rodder, which will probably work, and then they still get to move the Nurgle Warrior away. So there's no reason to take the hit. This looks bad for them, though. We might be able to end this 2-0. It'd be cool if we could get a level on the other Pestigor. Okay. They found the place where they had the 2-die block, and they went for it. Despite the fact that it's not, like, particularly relevant. They do love those 2-die blocks. Do not wrestle. Aw. Once again, this guy is in a less relevant position than this guy is. So having the chance of taking him off the field. If I wrestle, you know, they go to the ground soft and they don't make the injury roll. Alright, let's take a couple. We get to take a couple of swings at this guy. Push him to here, and then we get to hit him with the other Nurgle Warrior. And if this doesn't work out, we get to blitz him with our Pestigor still. Alright, found it. Let's push the ball toward the Pestigor. Aw, it bounced the wrong way. I should have stood him up first. He's got an important position over there. So, how do I want to use my blitz? I use my blitz to knock this guy's tackle zone off the ball. I could also use my blitz to fight this. I don't think that's necessary. We'll just stand up here. If he wants to throw a 1-die block against a guy who has the block skill, he is welcome to do so. Whoa, game. Why would I move to here and throw the hit? That's crazy talk. Because obviously the point of this is that I'm going after the ball. Well, this looks pretty bad for them. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but this is looking like we may have won. It's still Blood Bowl. Things could still go wrong. Sometimes they do that, but I'm feeling pretty confident. Yeah, we got a lucky couple of armor breaks in a row there that certainly helped. But I think they were just going to have a hard time pushing the ball downfield. You know, we're both slow, and they don't have the strength advantage they're used to having. We're just as strong as they are. So, I don't know really how they would have gotten through our defenses. It would have taken some lucky rolls, that's for sure. Well, now. Okay, now I believe I'm perfectly safe. I think they actually can't reach me, right? Oh no, this guy has to get hit. That's okay, we can do that. We have the resources to make that happen. Let's just corral all of the enemy players. Gotta remember to stand people up. It's like pretty important, and I just keep forgetting to do it. Okay, so now we can spare an assist. Okay, now we're actually uncatchable. You know, that particular type of head motion in the headbutt with those horns coming directly out of the top of the head, you'd think that would do a lot more than stun people. Just keep throwing punches. Ooh. I think I'm okay with that. I think I just accept the both down. Hold the team reroll for if things go really wrong. I like them simultaneously kicking each other in the bottom of their feet. That was a pretty funny animation. Alright, they're throwing blocks in the wrong direction because they're just desperate for any kind of violence. I will say this, we definitely still got the worst of it. A death is not something we really needed right now, given our financial situation. I think we're gonna have loner rotters for a couple of games now. Also, hooray for that! Hooray for beating them on the block even, or beating them on the dodge even after their reroll. So let's keep throwing punches. We're not in a big hurry to score. There's no reason for us to run it out quickly because, first of all, there's no way we'll be able to score again in time. And secondly, if we end the drive, they get both of their Chaos Warriors back, so screw that noise. So let's just have some fun throwing some punches. That was a 2-die block because I just wasn't even thinking. I was like, this guy will provide an assist. Threw a bad 1-die block, got lucky, didn't get punished for it. And that's the same thing as it being right? Don't believe that. That was a joke. It was a statistics joke. Alright. We'll just run around here and throw a punch on this guy. I'm gonna not use my blitz on the foul appearance player. Aw. I don't think follow. I don't think there's any reason to. And then these guys will stay right here and keep this dude from going anywhere. Yeah, we'll score on turn 16. I don't think there's a good reason to score before that. Especially since this is their reception half, and they won't even get a turn after our 16. Ooh. Dodging with a 3 agility team that doesn't have dodge is risky. And yes, I'm saying I think a thing that has a 66% chance to succeed is too risky to feel safe about. That's a really good, actually, encapsulation of my feelings about Blood Bowl. I will say though that they've had that's very bad luck to fail 2 dodges that have rerolls on them in a row. To have that happen 2 turns in a row is what, you know, more precisely the thing I mean to say. Alright, so we'll throw a punch here. If this doesn't result in a knockdown, we at least get another go at it because this guy's still there. Let's try to score myself some star player points if we can. Wow. Yeah. I may as well reroll. We have 2 turns left, so there's no sense in having more rerolls than turns. Alright, CTD, get him. Oof. Well, that was the only roll that would have knocked me down, because that was my guy with block. Had to be double skulls. But we found it. We got there, guys. We did it. We've done the impossible, and that makes us mighty. Obviously, we will not be throwing any more punches. I'm just going to take the level up on our Pestigore over any chance of things going wrong. It is absolutely possible to roll 2 skulls and then use your team reroll and roll 2 skulls again. It will happen. Especially if you tempt Nuffle. If you say, well, this is the only thing that can go wrong, you'll find that it does. Alright. Kind of a bittersweet game. We won, we got a level up on our other Pestigore, but also bad stuff is happening all over the place. Unfortunately, the -1 armor roll that our guy has suffered... oh yeah, I'll take 4. Also is a miss next game. The loner would like to join our team. No. Dr. Chaosface got the MVP award. That's awesome. So we got a level on our on one of our Chaos Warriors for the first time. Nurgle Warriors. Sorry, it's different. Alright, so let's see what he got. Show me something good. Normals. Okay, so General Strength and Mutation. Actually, very strong categories. So we could pick up a mutation. I honestly don't think any of them are great. Claws is pretty good on a player who spends all his time punching people. Any armor roll of 8 or more breaks armor is the same as every enemy you're punching has 7 armor value. Obviously, pretty good. But we might be better off doing, like, as boring as it is, block is great. Tackle can be very good, especially since I noticed that we're about to go up against Wood Elves. Elfie teams, man. We might want to take block, though. No, I think I'm going to take claws. Or guard? No, let's take guard. A Nurgle Warrior having guard is going to make it so much easier to navigate these, like, snarls of players where people are all being denied their assists. He'll be able to make our Rotters able to just throw 2-die blocks against other 3-strength players. He'll make it very easy for our Nurgle Warriors to gang up against opposing big guys. And I'm going to take guard. Guard's a relatively fun skill to use, too. Lets you do stuff you wouldn't otherwise be able to get away with. Oh, 9. Man, if I had rolled a 10, I would have taken a point of movement allowance in a heartbeat on a 10. Okay. Do I just want to pick up block on my other Pestigore as well? I think I was going to do something more fun. Oh, you know what? I do want to have a 2-heads Pestigore. I know that this seems to be a curse, but I think it's a good thing. And you know what else? We're going to buy that Beast of Nurgle. Look at this thing. Horrible. Whose job was it to put the jersey on him, I wonder? That sounds awful. That's how you lose Rotters right there. I think that, if not an important goal, is at least a fun goal. So, good news, bad news. Good news is, we've got a Beast of Nurgle. Tentacles will be totally relevant against Wood Elf players. Having an additional aura, what's it called, the aura? Disturbing presence. Yeah. Having an additional disturbing presence will be valuable against Wood Elves. We can spread our Nurgle Warriors out around the field a little bit more. But this next game is going to be tough. I'm not going to lie to you. We only have 9 players, 9 healthy players, so we're going to be running 2 Loner Rotters. But fortunately, all we've really lost are Rotters. You know, it would be nice to still have a 3rd Pestigore. But, like, most of our important players are still in play, I think. And the AI is not super great at playing passing teams, so we might get away with this. So let's take a quick look at them. Our team value is now 1070. Theirs is 1150. We do have 20 cash in the bank, so even if they don't spend any money, we'll be able to buy something that's 100k. But I don't know that I will. I might want to save the 20k for maximum chance of being able to buy a new Pestigore after this game. So let's have a look at their team makeup. Wait a minute, is that... Oh, okay. War Dancers are male now. Or at least they can be. In Blood Bowl 1, all War Dancers were female, I believe. So, these guys have... first of all, they're elves. They all have 4 agility. It's a concern. Secondly, they have a guy with dodge. They have a thrower with an extra point of movement. That's a little concerning. And then they have this. The War Dancer is the thing that makes the Wood Elf team special. War Dancers naturally have block and dodge. And then, in addition, they have Leap, which is the skill that we had on our Pogoer in the last series. So War Dancers, with that combination of skills, they're fantastic at just running up into a cage, leaping into the cage, and then hitting the ball carrier. And this guy has taken Strip Ball, which I think is almost the best thing you can do with a War Dancer. So if he leaps into our cage and hits our ball carrier, any result will result in us dropping the ball, basically. The only thing that won't work out is if he only rolls skulls, or if the ball is being carried by the Pestigore with block. Both down will be okay. This guy's a real danger. We had to be careful. The good news is every player on the Wood Elf team only has 7 armor. So you know what we're going to do. You know what the plan is. We might want to put up 20k of our money, actually, to get a bribe. That might be worth doing, right? Because we're going to get 80k inducement cash? Yeah. We could get a bribe and then aggressively foul their good players until one of our dudes gets caught by the ref, and then bribe and stop fouling at that point. That might be the strat. Alright, that's going to be it for us for today. Come back next time. Finally, we're going to get to practice our unique brand of violence on somebody who's not so good at fighting back. And we'll see you then.